The Enchanted Curse. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there stood a grand, imposing castle nestled atop a misty hill. The castle belonged to Prince Alaric, a ruler with great wealth and influence, but a heart that had grown cold and self-absorbed. Alaric judged people by their appearances and believed his beauty and power made him superior. One fateful evening, during a lavish ball held to celebrate the prince's 25th birthday, an old beggar woman entered the castle, seeking shelter from the harsh winter. She offered a single red rose in exchange for warmth. Alaric, repulsed by her ragged appearance, laughed cruelly and ordered her to be thrown out. Before the guards could carry her away, the old woman transformed before their eyes into a radiant enchantress. "You are as beautiful on the outside as you are empty within," she declared. The room fell silent in awe and fear. Alaric pleaded for forgiveness, but the enchantress had seen the darkness in his soul. As punishment, she cast a spell on the prince, turning him into a hideous beast. The curse extended to his castle, transforming its splendor into a dark and crumbling reflection of his inner corruption. His loyal servants, who had turned a blind eye to his cruelty, were also cursed, becoming enchanted objects bound to the castle. The rose she offered him was no ordinary flower. It was enchanted to bloom for 10 years. If Alaric learned to love and earned love in return before the last petal fell, the spell would be broken. If not, he and his castle would remain cursed forever. Alaric, ashamed and furious, retreated into the shadows of his castle, living a life of solitude and despair. A new dawn. In a nearby village, a bright and spirited young woman named Belle lived a quiet life with her inventor father, Maurice. Belle's beauty was known throughout the village, but it was her intelligence and independent spirit that truly set her apart. She longed for adventure beyond the confines of her small town, dreaming of far-off lands and a life filled with meaning. One day, Maurice set out for the city with his latest invention, hoping to make his fortune. As evening fell, a fierce storm overtook him, and he lost his way in the woods. Stumbling upon the dark castle, Maurice sought shelter inside. The enchanted servants, an amiable candelabra named Lumiere, a fretful clock named Cogsworth, and a maternal teapot named Mrs. Potts, welcomed him with what little cheer they could muster. But when the beast discovered an intruder in his domain, he roared with anger and imprisoned Maurice in the dungeons. When Maurice's horse returned to the village without him, Belle knew something was wrong. She followed the trail to the castle and was horrified to find her father locked away. Desperate to save him, Belle offered to take his place. The beast, intrigued by her courage, accepted the bargain, releasing Maurice and trapping Belle in the castle. Love in the shadows. At first, Belle and the beast were hostile to one another. He was coarse and ill-tempered, and she was fiercely defiant. However, the enchanted servants saw hope in Belle and worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between them. Over time, Belle began to see past the beast's frightening appearance. She witnessed his moments of vulnerability, how he tended to injured birds in the garden, how he struggled to read books because he wanted to connect with her but lacked the practice. The beast, in turn, found himself captivated by Belle's kindness and resilience. For the first time, he felt the stirrings of hope and the desire to be better. One evening, the beast gave Belle access to the castle's vast library, a gesture that touched her deeply. Together, they read stories of far-off places and shared quiet laughter. Slowly, a friendship blossomed, turning into a connection deeper than either of them expected. A test of love, but their happiness was not to last. Belle, longing to know how her father fared, asked the beast for permission to leave. Though it pained him, the beast gave her an enchanted mirror to see her father and let her go. Through the mirror, Belle saw her father gravely ill and rushed home to care for him. In the village, Belle's disappearance had sparked rumors. Gaston, a boastful hunter who sought Belle's hand in marriage, incited the villagers against the beast, claiming he was a threat. When Belle spoke of the beast's kindness and showed them the enchanted mirror, Gaston used it to rouse their fear further. The villagers stormed the castle, led by Gaston. Meanwhile, the Beast, heartbroken by Belle's departure, refused to fight back. It was only when Belle returned, standing in the midst of the chaos, that he found the will to protect his home. Breaking the curse. In the ensuing battle, Gaston was defeated, but not before delivering a fatal blow to the Beast. As the last petal of the rose hovered on the brink of falling, Belle confessed her love for him, her tears falling onto his lifeless body. A brilliant light filled the castle, and the curse was lifted. The Beast transformed back into Prince Alaric, his servants were restored to their human forms, and the castle became radiant once more. Alaric, now humbled and grateful, asked Belle to remain by his side, not as his subject, but as his partner in rebuilding a better future. Belle, whose longing for adventure had been fulfilled in ways she could never have imagined, agreed. Together, they ruled with compassion and wisdom, ensuring the tale of their love would live on for generations. And so, they lived happily ever after.